Good afternoon and welcome. Leisha Reeves Esquire is a prolific speaker, writer, and comedian who captivate audiences across the globe. She received her BS from Tennessee State University and her JD from Howard University School of Law, and she is licensed to practice law in the state of Illinois. Leisha is the founder and CEO of Speak Up Enterprise, a motivational speaking, coaching, and training company. She is the author of Get Up and Be Somebody and Campus Superstars, and in magazine and former feature Heart and Soul Online. She's also the voice of the Get Up and Be Somebody motivational moment on iHeartRadio, which airs in St. Louis, Missouri, and various social media platforms. Prior to striking out on her own, she worked in the non-for-profit sector and served as the executive director of the Jackie Joyner Kersee Foundation. As an entertainer, Leisha is the creator and host of Laugh Out Loud St. Louis, an award-winning clean comedy television show produced by her company, Speak Up Entertainment, LLC, which also produced the documentary, The Color of Healing, and her one-woman show, Dreaming Out of My Mind, in which she wrote and performs across the country. Please help me in welcoming Leisha Reeves.
Hello, everybody. So this is the part where you do get to unmute yourselves, and if you could show your face, that would be helpful because this is a pitch workshop. And so I wanted to talk a little bit today. There are the people. Yay. So we're going to teach you today in the time that we have how to pitch your business in 30 seconds or less, particularly during the pandemic, which we are still in, I guess at least most of the time. So are you all there?
My camera is disabled.
Your camera is disabled? Well, then we'll work through that as best we can. But I'm Leisha Reeves. I sell purpose, dreams, and aspiration through a vehicle called motivation. And now I want to know who you are. I want you to tell me your name and the name of your business or idea. So if you could take yourself off mute, turn your camera on, and introduce yourself. We want to know your name and the name of your business or your business idea. Who do we have in the room? Anybody, one body, somebody, because we're going to do everybody.
My name is Janelle Stowers with Stowers Realty Group.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome. Who's next? We have Janelle Stowers here. Who else do we have? There are at least 7 more of you. Who else is here?
My name is LaShanda Bynum. I am with LR Bynum Trucking Company. It's a I own a dump truck company basically, and I'm trying to grow it.
All right, you're
get
in
more
the right place.
Thank you.
At least I'm gonna teach you what to say. Who's next? Okay. Who's next?
My name is Robert Hodnett, Hodnett Photographics.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Robert Hodnett, Hodnett Photographics in Kansas City.
Wonderful. Who else is here?
I'm Ricky Fowler, and my business is Ash Cigar Bar and Lounge.
Wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else do we have?
Jamaica Smith with the Missouri MBDA Center.
All right, welcome. Anybody else in the room? Did we get everybody? If we did, I think we did. I can't see everybody. So I think we got everybody. And we will talk about what we're going to talk about today. In today's webinar, you will focus on what to include in a pitch, how to write your pitch, how to make your pitch, and the next steps. What is it that you need to do after that pitch? So how do you get people interested in you when you only have 30 seconds? What are some of the things that you all have done to try to make yourself memorable? How do you get people interested in you in such a short amount of time? Ricky, how do you get folks interested in you? I'm that person. I will call your name. That's why I had you introduced so I can get me a little list going. Come on, Ricky.
So your question is, how do you get people interested in you in 30 seconds?
Yes, if you only got 30 seconds and you're trying to make yourself memorable to someone, what is something that you do?
Smile, look good, dress good,
Okay.
and be brief.
Be brief. I know that's right. Brevity is my specialty. Smile and look good. That's great. Janelle, what do? You got 30 seconds. You got to impress somebody. How can you make them remember you?
I am a talker, so I always make sure I hit the high points. I'm very proud and excited about my business, so I make sure when I leave someone that they are just as excited as I am.
Absolutely. Jamaica, which is where I would wish I was going. How do you get people interested in you and you only got 30 seconds? Did we lose them? Did we lose them? I know you all heard this was an interactive workshop. Y'all thought that was a trick. This is not a drill. This is not rehearsal. This is an interactive workshop. Just because we're not in person, we're going to feel like it as much as possible. No, Jamaica. Robert, what you got? 30 seconds. How you going to make them remember you?
I'll give them a little bit of the history of my business, let them know how I originated and my background, and then what my business is, what I have to offer them.
Okay, sounds good. I'm missing somebody. Who's the other person?
Me, LaShonda Bynum. I'm going to introduce my business, and I'm going
Okay.
to let them know that I am a woman-owned business and what I have to offer also.
Okay, great. Those are some really good things that you want to do, but you want to make yourself memorable. If you have not been able to ascertain by now, I'm loud, I'm excited, and I'm going to give somebody all of that energy. So if they don't even remember my name, they'll say, remember that lady with all that energy that was really loud? I'm going to give them something to go on with me. So given that, I want to talk about 8 tips to pique person's interest during your pitch. So when you're pitching out to people, there are 8 tips that I want you to remember. I'm going to go through these, and then we're going to talk about some 9 C's, and then we're going to see how we can write a pitch. Number 1, know exactly where you want to go. Your elevator pitch should answer 5 questions. Who are you? What is it that you do? The problem your business solves. Who has that problem? And how big is the market for that solution? So you've got to know exactly where you want to go. This is not the time to give somebody a great dissertation of your life. You got to know exactly where you want to go. And the first thing people often want to know is who are you and what is it that you do? The next thing is you got to bullet point it. Write down 4 bullet points that explain why you are great. LaShonda, why are you great?
I can fulfill the job.
You can feel, no. What makes you great? I got a lot of dump trucks out here that I want to connect with, but you know what? I'm going to hire you. People love to work with people that they like. What makes you great?
I'm going to make sure the job is performed. I'm going to make sure my employees are there on time and they're accurate in what they do.
Fantastic. On time is critical. When you're talking about things that make you great, you want to highlight your background, highlight your skills, highlight your accomplishments, highlight your goals. When they introduced me, they said that I was an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Illinois. Even if you didn't like me, you at least think I know what I'm talking about because I put my skills right out there in the beginning. People need to know you are qualified and equipped to do what it is that you say that you can do. So your background will become very important in terms of what your business is and why you're qualified to do that, along with your accomplishments. Who else likes you? Anybody planned a trip lately?
Mm-hmm.
So when you plan a trip and you're looking for a hotel, what is one of the websites you look at?
Expedia.
Expedia. And you look at Expedia because you want to watch the what?
The
Reviews. Because you want to know what other people said about this and whether or not you feel that you could trust it. Well, just like we do that on Expedia and Travelocity, people do that about our business. Well, what is it like? Are they good? Are they on time? Are they professional? So you really want to make sure that you highlight your accomplishments as well as your goals. Where is this business going? It does not matter where you start. It matters where you finish. So you really want to highlight those things. Number 3, tell them a story. Make it easier for others to remember you later. If you tell a story, make sure it's a good story. Ricky, why this business? Why did you choose this one?
It's something that I enjoy doing on a regular basis. and I feel that I can offer the public, especially the women public, since the cigar business is booming for women. That's the market right now. I think I can offer them. I know I can offer them the things that the cigar bars that I frequent don't offer,
Okay, that's
which is a
wonderful.
great
But why are you passionate about this business? What in your life led you to this business?
cigars itself.
Cigars itself. Are you an
Yeah,
aficionado?
I am.
You are. So you love it because you love to relax. When is the first time you remember ever smoking a cigar and you said, you know what, this is it?
2003, I think. Yeah,
Okay,
2003.
2003. What happened?
I was at my father's house and I was out at a barbecue, and my sister boyfriend at the time introduced me and asked me did I want to smoke a cigar. I had never smoked a cigar a day in my life, and I tried it, and I've been smoking it ever since.
How did it make you feel?
It,
First
it made,
puff, what did you feel like?
I felt like a boss pretty much.
Exactly. So when we're talking about tell them a story, that's part of the story that you have to tell. It was your first encounter with it. You leaned back. You was there with your father. Well, we gonna call it your sister's whatchamacallit. They might get back together. We don't know.
No,
But
they won't.
part of
She's
that,
married.
you felt like a boss. So you're going to empower women with that boss feeling that you felt at that barbecue for the rest of their lives. See how you're telling of a story when people may not remember you, but they will remember the story?
Hmm.
Makes a difference.
Yes.
Janelle, what's your
Yeah.
story? Why are you passionate about that business?
I'm passionate. I bought my first property at the age of 21. I didn't think that it was an enjoyable experience, nor did I think our realtor educated us on the process. So that's my mission. When I sell property to people, my mission is to educate them and make sure that one of the largest purchases that they will make in their life is an enjoyable, educated experience.
How did you feel purchasing a property at 21?
I was excited about it, but I thought that the process was a little rocky and that it could have been a better experience.
So the process was rocky, but you were able to do this at such a young age, and you want to make sure that people have a much greater experience than you. Why is home ownership important to you?
I believe that home ownership is power. You know, when we own things, we're able to make decisions. We are able to have a voice in the community. And so for me, home ownership is definitely the way to go.
So that is a part of your story, the power that we get, because there are going to be a lot of other things in the world, but there will be no more land. That's why real estate is so important. So you want to make sure that you craft that as part of your story. You got to tell a great story. You do not have long to tell it, but people will remember the story if they don't remember anything else. The next thing is you want to eliminate jargon. You need to be able to explain what it is that you do and who you are in a way that appeals to most people. So for my people in the military, you can't throw all the acronyms out there on us because we don't know what you're talking about if we are lay people. So my doctors and lawyers and engineers and different people in different professions, they use a lot of acronyms. We want to be very thoughtful of that when you're doing a pitch because you're pitching it to a lay person. This is like explaining to something to someone as if you were talking to a child. So you want to be very thoughtful about the jargon that you use. Next, make sure it invites conversation. Janelle, I'm back to you. You say you like to talk a lot. So
Yes.
if you were going to tell me about your business, how could you invite some more conversation? That's why the story is so important. And it has to be compelling enough that I even want to know more about it.
Okay. Well, we are a full service real estate firm in St. Louis. Um,
Don't give me that pitch. Give me the one that makes me want to buy a house. This is all the money I have in the world. And you have told me the importance of the empowerment of home ownership.
okay.
Sell me you, then sell me what you got. Does everybody understand that that was important? Write it down, put it in your notes, put it on your hallelujah pad. Sell somebody you, and then they will buy what else you're selling.
Right. Okay. Well, I have over 16 years experience. I started off as a one-person crew. We've grown to over 13 realtors now, so I am the leader of the pack. We specialize in taking people from the beginning to the closing table. So we are prominent in the St. Louis area, and we hope to grow. We've recently become licensed in Illinois, so we're selling on both sides of the river right now. So this
See,
is
I
definitely.
like you already. You're going to take me
Yep.
from the beginning to the closing. Make sure you write that down because you probably need to put that in your pitch somewhere. Taking somebody from the beginning to the closing makes me want to know, tell me more about that. I like you. I like your smile. We can be as crazy as we want to. The first thing people will see, even if it's virtual and it's video, they're going to see you. So you have to present the best you can possibly present so that you can make sure that you invite more conversation. Any questions about that? Because that is critical as we move along. Jamaica, you good? Did we lose Jamaica?
No, I'm still here. I'm
Okay.
still here. Thank you.
You're good? So you understand what we mean by that?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions about making sure it invites conversation? Robert, we all right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I don't know if I got more people in here, but I'm working the folks I got. All right. Time yourself. While you're practicing your pitch, you should time yourself to make sure you can tell your story in 30 seconds. If you can't, cut it down. I think somebody said earlier, I think it was Ricky, talked about being brief. If 30 seconds is all you got, one, it's all you need, and two, that's all you're going to take. Don't give out more than people are requesting. They respect you more because you respect their time. So we're going to practice our pitches in this session, and I'm only going to give you 30 seconds. And at 30 seconds, I'm going to cut you off. So we're going to see if you can get it in during that time. Next, record yourself on video. You need to know what you look like to others when you're telling your story. One, are you interesting? And two, are you believable? They mentioned in my bio, I do stand-up comedy. When I first started doing stand-up comedy, I was the ultimate rookie. I used to wear all these blinged out shirts so that when I got up there, I wouldn't be nervous. But I found myself after I videoed a couple of times, I watched myself and I was just rubbing on my chest because I was rubbing the bling because I was nervous. The reality is it looked like a weird stand-up comedy set. So you got to know what it is that you do that may be distracting your audience. So you got to record yourself doing this so that you'll know. The last thing in terms of piquing your interest, pitch to your family and your friends. Why is this important?
Because
Why do you
they'll
think
tell
it's
you the truth. Your
important?
family and friends normally tell you the truth.
Yes, they are the biggest haters on the planet. So
Yeah.
they are going to tell you what they truly think about your pitch. The upside of that is if you can explain it to them, you can explain it to anybody. Any questions about 8 things you need to do to pique somebody's interest?
Will we receive a copy of this presentation?
You will not get a copy of the whole presentation, but you will get a handout which talk about those 8 different things to pick, as well as the ones I'm going to talk about now. You trying to take my job? I ain't coming over there taking your houses. No, I'll make sure that you get that as a reference point. This workshop, we usually do it a little bit longer, so I'm trying to make sure that you get all the salient points now, but you will get a handout as a result of this.
Thank you.
So how do you write your pitch? Because you are tricked if you think we're not writing a pitch today. There are 9 C's that I want you to consider when you are writing your pitch. First thing, you want to be concise. You want to keep the pitch succinct. This is not the time to close the deal. You are not trying to land it in that 30 seconds. One of the things that you are trying to do is either get a meeting after that or invite more conversation. The next thing is you want to be clear. Should be easily understood by a layperson. A 3rd grader should understand what you are talking about. The next thing is you got to be compelling. People buy you, and then they buy what you're selling. The problem it solves, as well as the target audience. And I hear people say all the time, my stuff is for everybody. No, it's not. So you got to make sure that you're honed in on the target audience. And depending on who you're pitching to, your pitch may change a little bit. Not the overall substance of what you are saying, but you will tailor it to your specific audience. You got to be credible. Spell out what makes you qualified to do what you do. Now, this is not the line on your resume that some of you all do, and you have all these fancy titles that you have embellished something. This is the time that you really have to be credible, because people need to know that you are qualified to do what it is that you say you can do. The next thing is conceptual. Keep your pitch broad. Avoid too many details. Why do we think that that's important, Robert?
You don't want to bore nobody.
You don't want to bore anybody. Plus, they're not going to remember. So nobody's going to remember all of those little nuances. And so you want to be very, very thoughtful about that. The next thing is you want to be concrete. The pitch should be tangible and easily to grasp by your audience. You want to customize it. Each target audience is different. The pitch should be tailored to the listener. Consistency is also important. No matter how many versions of your pitch you have, you should always convey the basic same message. And the last thing is you want to be conversational. You want to hook your target audience, keep it casual, and don't try to close the deal in the pitch. I cannot emphasize that enough. So take a picture of this screen real quick, because you want to make sure that you include these 9 C's. Think about these things when you're writing your pitch. You want to be concise, clear, compelling, conceptual, concrete, customized, consistent, and overall conversational. You don't jump on the elevator and say, hey, I sell da 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 da. That's not a conversation. It feels like a sales pitch. People want to be sold to and don't even know that they're about to buy. So you want to be very, very thoughtful about that. Now, are there any questions before I show you some sample pitches from a competition? They actually get 1 minute. You, again, only get 30 seconds. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yes.
Yes, I'm listening.
How can you do a pitch in 30 seconds when you say you want to be conversational?
Because haven't you gotten a date in 30 seconds?
No, not that good.
You will be when you leave here today. It's part of the conversation, and we will practice that. But just think about, imagine yourself getting on an elevator. When you get on the elevator, you usually give the person eye contact, correct?
No, I'm shy.
Ricky, you not shy, you smoke cigars.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
It's of me not even, because I
You
got
gotta work with me.
right now.
You gotta work with me, right?
That's okay.
Okay,
I'm willing.
all right.
I'm adjustable. I'm flexible. We're on the elevator. I'm standing on the elevator. Start the conversation with me.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Just started a conversation or selling the pitch?
Just start a conversation with me. You're going to tell me about these cigars because it's what you love. We always talk about what we love. From the heart, the mouth speaketh.
Okay. On the elevator. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. What about yourself?
I'm great. How's your day?
Eh.
Why that?
No, you don't have time for that. That's when you would say, I've had one of those kind of days too. And when I have that kind of day, I pull out my cigar and it takes me to a whole nother world and I feel like a boss. You see?
Woo.
The opening? Am I good? Am I good?
That's good. It was.
You gotta be able to recognize an opening because people give them to us all the time. So if I said, I've already invited more conversation. Because when people don't want to talk, what do they say?
Nothing.
I'm okay. Because they want you to be quiet so they can go on. So you got to be able to invite the conversation. Does that make sense for you, Rika?
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me to go on a date because I don't know how to converse.
That's okay. We're going to get you together. You're going to have about 5 dates by Friday.
I better not.
I can have a new Ricky by Friday.
Shit.
But does everybody see that opening that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
think about the last time you were on an elevator or in conversation or within 6 feet of somebody, because we're still in COVID, and you're just kind of waiting. So there's always an opportunity to talk about something. We spend a lot of time talking about nothing, but I'm always going to talk about my business. I'm ABC, always be selling. So you're always going to talk about your business, because just because they're not your customer today doesn't mean they're not going to be your customer tomorrow. Also,
Okay.
they know somebody else. I can't emphasize that part enough. Questions about that? Emilia, you've been getting away because I didn't know you were here. Write your
Yeah.
name on the list.
I'm like at work, so sorry.
Okay, well then we're not gonna disturb you.
No, you fine. You fine. You fine.
But does everybody understand the opening? Janelle,
Yes.
all right, I'm just hanging out. I'm on the elevator. I start talking to you. Actually, I'm on the phone. Girl, I'm so sick of renting these apartments. I don't know what to do. I've got to find me a house. I'll call you back. I'm about to lose you because I'm in the elevator.
Ma'am, now you are standing on the elevator with a realtor, and I just happened to hear you say that you are tired of renting. Let me give you my card. I am the #1 realtor in St. Louis, so we definitely need to connect.
Perfect.
Mm.
Don't miss your opportunity. Why was it important that she say, let me give you my card?
So we can connect later.
Because you got to be able to connect with the person. And if they have some information that you could get, either Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or anything that you can get really quickly, you want that because you want to follow up with them. I don't know about you, but I end up shopping at least 3 days a week because whatever I Google reminds me I have something waiting in my cart. So even if I had the courage to walk away from the cart today, it is going to remind me something is waiting on me tomorrow. Well, that's what you are going to be. You're going to be the reminders for people because sometimes they don't have their mind made up right then. But if you send them something, oh, I did meet that person. I may not need this now, but you know what? I know someone who needs this. So that becomes critically important. Did I hear a question? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. Y'all so good. I was going to skip these little pitch things, but I'm going to go ahead and show them. Now, they are not phenomenal. They are college students. And the reason that I'm showing you these is because they're not phenomenal. Because I don't want you to get intimidated like, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. If they can do this, then certainly you'll be able to do this as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of these pitches, and then we are going to write our own. So let me share my screen after I find it. There it is. Uh-oh, I gotta stop. I didn't do the one thing they taught me how to do when we were practicing. Hold up. Now, okay, now, here we go. So give me a thumbs up, somebody, or tell me you can hear it.
Okay, our first contestant is Dietrich Williams.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And the product company name is the Aquanaut. Dietrich.
The U.S. water supply is rapidly depleting. In fact, the average home uses 40 gallons of water per day just washing clothes. So we need to be more careful with our conservation or we're keeping our water levels at risk. I have just the solution for that. It's called the Aquanaut, and it's a washing machine that operates using 3 existing technologies. The first is nylon beads, which replace the water and agitate the clothes and get them clean. Although there's a little water that needs to be involved, the second process is a converter that takes atmospheric humidity and turns it into water. And finally, we have a gray water recycler that allows the water to be used for 2 additional loads. Now, there's currently nothing like this on the market, so our competitive advantage is our patent, our design patent, and our revenues will be generated by licensing this patent, retail sales, and service and maintenance. LA is our target market. And so we're looking at projected revenues for retail sales of about $235,000. We're seeking $1 million for licensing and legal.
Thank you, Dietrich.
What did he do well?
He went straight to the point.
He got straight to the point. What did he not do so great?
Moving
Kind
too
of
much.
slow, kind of fast.
Yeah, he was really fast. And the last thing about that is he ran out of time. So he didn't get to his call of action. We don't know what he wants us to do because he didn't get to tell us what to do next. You could have the best pitch in the world. If you don't tell me what to do next, then I have no idea what you want me to do with that pitch other than go through my day and say, oh, that was really interesting. So you have to give people something to do. Let's watch another one.
Isaac Adjaman with Cite Anything.
Good afternoon. I'd like for you to picture someone working on a paper at their computer late at night. Could be a student, a professor working on an article, or even an attorney working on a brief that's due the next day. At some point, they will go through the arduous process of citing every source that they refer to in their paper. And as the night turns into the wee hours of the morning, one might begin to ask themselves if there's an easier way to do this. Enter Cite Anything, a computer program that allows students, teachers, and working professionals to quickly cite any source accurately. The user simply highlights their online document and selects the proper citation format, eliminating the need to enter in any information at all. With over 19 million students attending college in the US, our firm is strategically placed to profit from this, using intellectual property protections and key relationships to create a sustainable competitive advantage. Cite Anything. Highlight, right-click, cite. It's that simple. I'm Isaac Adjaman. Thank you.
What did he do well?
Everything.
He was good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Call to action.
He had the call to action. He told us what he wanted us to do. What did he do in the very beginning?
He greeted everybody one.
He told us a story. He said, imagine you're trying to do this paper. We've all been through that at some point. You're trying to cite all these citations, which is a horrible mess, trying to make sure that you're using the MLA style or whichever one they prefer. So he told us a story that most people could identify with, specifically his target audience of students, teachers, and working professionals. So your story becomes really, really important. Let's watch another one. Actually, I'm gonna skip to the female in this one. Where is she? Okay.
Welcome, Audra Penn, this friend
Okay. Have you ever given your phone number to somebody and then instantly regretted it? Maybe the creepy guy at the bar last night, or that telemarketer that manages to call you every night just as you're sitting down to dinner. Don't you wish you could magically delete your phone number from their list of contacts? Well, now you can. I'd like to introduce Friend Ender. It's a one-of-a-kind service that allows you to see a list of everyone who has your phone number and then manage that list like you might your friends on Facebook. So you can silently slip your number out of their phone, or you can kind of make your more of a statement with a customized message such as, we're so over, or you're dead to me. The vision here is that with a small monthly fee, you can take back control of your phone line. And so AT&T often says, reach out and touch someone. Sometimes you need someone like Friend Ender to say, don't reach out, don't touch me, ever. So with your vote today, we can collectively hit the silent button on unwanted phone calls. Thanks.
What did she do well?
Straight to the point. Told a story.
Okay. Straight to the point, told a story.
Compelling.
Compelling. We've all wanted our number back from somebody.
She tried to make a joke.
She tried to make a joke, but she wasn't very humorous, so that, could have gone either way for her.
Yeah.
And those are the things you have to remember. You have to play to your strengths. What is it that you are good at? And you have to make sure that you're emphasizing those things. If you're not a comedian, this is not the time to try it out. So you want to make sure that you play to your strengths. That becomes very, very important. I'm going to figure out how to stop sharing this, which I don't really know how. Let's see. Oh, yeah. All right. Miss Hughes, hi. You just came in here playing with us. You came at the because now it's time to write. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you all the opportunity to work on your pitch, and then we're actually going to present your pitch as a part of this. So remember, your pitch should not contain intricate details of the business. The goal is to get the audience to understand what the business is about and what it can do for them. The purpose of the 30-second pitch is not to close the deal or the sale. Rather, it is to make the audience want to continue the conversation. You're just trying to get to second base here. Your pitch should contain salient, intriguing details about your company rather than dry figures. We don't want to hear all the figures and statistics in the world because we're not going to remember them. That said, I'm going to give you 10 minutes in this workshop webinar to write your 30-second pitch. These are the things that you're going to include, and I'm going to leave them up on the screen. You got to have your intro story. You got to tell us your name, your area of expertise, and how you can help the problem to be solved. Kind of like what you saw some of the guys do in the pitch. What is it that you do? Why are you different or the best? This is the time to toot your own horn. If you're the best at it, you're the best. And then your call to action. You got to tell us what it is that you want us to do. Any questions?
We doing all this in 30 seconds?
Yep. Who asked me that? Because I can't see you.
Jaquana.
Yes, we gonna do it. You just got here. Yeah, we doing it all in 30 seconds. You can do it though. You really can do it because your intro story shouldn't take up more than about 6 to 7 seconds. You're not spending a great deal of time on this. Because remember, where are you trying to get to? Hello? The pitch is first base. Where are you trying to get to?
Second base.
You're just trying to get to second base. You're trying to get a follow-up meeting. You're trying to get a business card. You're inviting to have more conversation. So let's try it. It is 1:37. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to write, and then we're going to spend some time actually doing your pitch, and then I'm going to tell you what to do after the pitch. Just give it a good old try. I'm starting the timer now. We're going to take 10 minutes, and let's write your pitch. You can do it. I'll leave this up just in case people need to see it, or you can take a picture of it, and then I can see the group as a whole as you're writing. Everybody got a screenshot of this? Everybody got a screenshot?
Yeah.
All right, great. Now I can see you. Okay, let's take 10 minutes. Let's write it. You can do this. I will give you all some smooth music, but you might get distracted, so I'll just sit here in silence. We're almost at the halfway mark. Ms. Hughes, you have a question?
No, I'm just ready to present whenever you're ready.
Okay, I just saw your hand up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Miss Alicia. Can you put that screen back up for me right quick?
I sure.
Thank you. So I can make sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we got right at 5 minutes left. Make sure that you are inviting more conversation. Give me a reason to call you back. All right, we are at the 2-minute warning. You got 2 minutes. Begin to tighten it up. Make sure it makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you, chances are it may make sense to us. Everybody will be presenting. All right, last 1 minute, 60 seconds left on the clock. Again, everybody is going. You're going to pitch to all of us as if we were a potential customer. If you have the ability to turn your cameras on, we would greatly appreciate it so everyone can see you while you're pitching. And then you can see all of us and our happy faces. Last 30 seconds, tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You all are champs. Okay, now this is a safe space. We're not trying to destroy anybody's self-esteem. They only had a good 45 minutes to learn about how to pitch, and now it's actually time to pitch. So we're going to tell people what they did well, and then we're going to give them something they may want to consider to work on. Remember, I am a comedian. If you come for somebody in this class, I will be coming for you. All right. Who wants to go first? Ricky. Give us, I'm so proud of you already, Ricky. Give us what you got.
Yeah, I got to go first because I got to get out of this shyness thing.
All right, I'm going to time you. Now, the only thing is, at 30 seconds, I'm cutting off anybody. I'm sorry, did someone say something? Okay, the only rule is at 30 seconds, I'm cutting you off. I don't care where you are because I'm trying to get you used to saying things on time in a certain timely manner. I will start the clock when you start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ricky with Ash Cigar Bar and Lounge. Now imagine having a long day at work and want nothing more than to just relax. Also imagine your definition of relaxing is smoking a cigar and having a nice glass of wine or bourbon. But wait, you remember, you just got your hair done or you are wearing your recent dry clean suit. Now you're in a pickle, but you aren't. Just visit Ash Cigar Bar and Lounge. The vibe is sexy. The smoke is like non-existent.
You were doing great though. Let's tell Ricky what he did well. Anybody, somebody take yourself off mute. What did Ricky do well?
He told a story.
He told a story. Really important. What else did he do well?
I was feeling the vibe.
Look, you got a cheerleader in the room.
Thank you.
What else did he do well? Somebody else.
He got straight to the point. I mean, he introduced himself and his product.
He got straight to the point, introduced himself and his product. Ricky, the only thing that I feel that you left out was what makes you an expert at this. So somehow in there, you got to tell us how long you've been doing it or anything like that.
Okay.
But it was really, really good. I think your shyness is going to be gone by Friday. I'm telling you. All right. Who wants to go next? All right, Miss Hughes, unmute yourself. I'll start when you start.
Okay, wait, don't start timing me first. I just want to say I'm sorry for being late, but I just got
You already late. It's too late to be sorry. Come on.
No, I just got the invite at 12:45.
Forget.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready. You can time me.
The owner.
Hi, my name is Shaquana Hughes. I am a systems strategist with over 20 years of systems experience. I am a mom boss who helps other mom bosses go from juggling it all to mastering it all through systems and automation. I save over 400 hours per year in administrative tasks, and I'd love to help you do the same. Let's chat.
26 seconds. You almost make me feel like I wasn't good. Good job. She told us let's chat, but what is your call to action? What do you want us to do?
Book a call.
See, so you have to say that. You said let's chat, but hey, give me a call. Here's my card. You have to give us something to do. But good job. Anybody else? What's your feedback?
I thought it was really good.
I know. She trying to act like we didn't spend 45 good minutes here. Anybody else? Any other feedback from Ms. Hughes? All right.
Very good.
I like
Very
it.
good.
I like it.
Suzette, everybody got to go.
I'll do mine next.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay, imagine walking up to your home after a terrible stormy day at work. You open the door and a feeling of comes over you because you have just entered into a place of peace and tranquility. My name is Patsy Ybarra, and I'm the CEO of HS Interiors. We're a interior design firm specializing in staging and interior decor products and services. We have over 15 years of experience in the design business, and our mission. Oh,
Good,
okay.
but you got to tighten up the time.
I got
Any
to tighten up
feedback
the
from anybody else? Feedback, feedback.
You can give me feedback. If I just have about 10 more seconds.
But you
No.
don't. So you got to
I
get
know.
it in that 30 seconds. I cannot emphasize that enough. I am notorious for calling people saying, hey, you got 32 seconds? Because I want them to know how much time I need them to pay attention to me. So you really want to make sure that you can get this done in this 30 seconds. Who's
I
next?
think if she shorten the story a little bit,
Mhm.
like we can get a little long-winded when we start to talk about ourselves.
All right.
Mhm.
Good feedback. Good feedback.
Okay.
Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Robert, I see you looking at me. Go ahead, go.
Hey, my business is kind of unusual. I'm a construction photographer, so there's not going to be too many people that I'm going to run into, but it's good meeting you. What I do is I shoot job construction photography, drone photography, project completion, video. That's it.
What do you want me to do? You got 8 seconds.
You got any friends or anybody who's into general construction, give me a call. Have them give me a call. I'll give you my number right here. Boom.
So don't minimize just because it's not what people, you may not run into a lot of people who need it, because there may be more people who want photography in what you do, not necessarily pictures of people, but buildings or their homes, because they're got to list it. So don't minimize your audience, because there are more, maybe more people than you realize that really want what you have. Only thing is tell them how long you've been doing it. But I loved how you start out like, hey, not a lot of people need me, but that doesn't mean that they don't. So don't minimize it. Anybody else with feedback? Nope, I'm moving
It was
on.
straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Janelle, you're up.
Okay, just tell me when to start.
When you start, I'm starting.
Okay, my name is Janelle Stowers, owner broker of Stowers Realty Group. When I purchased my first piece of property at 21 years old, I felt like I didn't get the best experience. So my mission has been to provide real estate services with both professionalism as well as education. So if you are looking to buy or sell, please give our office a call. We'd be happy to host a consultation for you.
Great. You still had 7 seconds left because you got to tell us how long you've been doing this, why you're an expert. But
Okay.
otherwise, very, very good. Any other feedback?
She
Yeah,
sounded great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
But you were there. You were there. Trust the process because you still left 7 seconds on the table. So
Okay.
trust the process.
Thank you.
I'll take her 7 seconds.
Jamaica, you're next. Let's go.
I'm with the center. If there's any other business owners on the line, I'll let them
Oh,
go.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were with the center.
But I do have
Hey,
my
LaShonda.
if
What are you kept looking like while I'm calling you? LaShonda.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of like Robert here. I'm not gonna always run into people like that in this business I'm in.
Don't minimize.
Okay. Well, if I meet somebody, if I know they need help, okay. If I know somebody that needs help, I would say, hi, my name is Renee Bynum. I am the owner of Bynum Trucking Company. I have been in business for over 5 years, and we provide asphalt, milling, gravel, and sand, and we do private projects as well. I can give you a reasonable bid and make sure the job gets done right the first time. I can give you my contact information, and you can contact me if you're in need of my services, and I can come by and give you a bid on the job.
See,
That's
you
pretty
still left
much
9 seconds on the table. Tell me how long you've been
okay.
doing it and don't
I
minimize.
did.
And somebody else put in the
Okay.
chat, Robert was talking, they put in there that droning is becoming more in demand. But just like what you do, I just had a dump truck outside my house this summer because I was cleaning out because I was getting hardwood floors. So just because it doesn't fall in the traditional sense that people may call you, you may get more residential things than you are aware. So do not minimize it. Again, you're just trying to get to the second base and you never know who you are talking to. You don't know who
Yes.
people know. So just because
Yes.
they don't need you doesn't mean they may not be hanging out with 5 different CEOs of construction companies that need just what you got. So never ever minimize it. Amelia, are you still at work?
I am, but I'm off the phone call.
All right, we're ready. I saw you all professional. This is Amelia. How can I help?
Okay, so go ahead and start my pitch.
Yep.
Okay. So have you ever thought about changing your daily habits and your lifestyle? Well, I'm Amelia, and I can bring you all the plant-based deliciousness you didn't even know you loved. It's all homemade from scratch. These different and tasty alternatives from Eccentric Eats can keep you full, happy, and healthy.
You left a whole 12 seconds on the table. How long are you vegan?
Yes.
How long have you been vegan? Everybody says they want to try it at some point. I've said it like 10 times. You gotta let me know. So you gotta put that out there and how this lifestyle has changed your life.
Got it.
You see? It's
Yes.
part of the story. Why did you become vegan?
Because of my daughter.
See there? That matters. So make sure that your story connects. Don't leave all those seconds on the table. You had a lot more time that you could have told us some good stuff.
Okay.
Anybody else that I've missed? Is there anyone else? Is everyone gone?
I would like to try if all the other business owners have gone.
You can try. All the other business owners have gone.
Okay. Do I need to turn my camera on? No. Okay. So hi, my name is Jamaica Smith, and I am the mother of 2 and a new granny of 1 extremely adorable 6-month-old granddaughter. I am also the business development manager at the MBDA. At MBDA, we focus on the growth and development of minority-owned businesses in the state of Missouri. I have been with MBDA since 2014. I have 14 years experience in helping minority-owned businesses become MBE certified, which is a tool that gives them access to more business contracts. I hope that my efforts will make Missouri a better place for my grand.
You got 30 seconds already. So what is something that you can do so you can trim this down? Feedback, everybody, feedback. You can trim it down because the being the mother of 2 and the granny of 1 adorable child, that's all wonderful, but it's not germane to what you're talking about. So you can take those seconds back.
Yeah, I just wanted to like tie it in to make it, because I'm like, okay, with my efforts, like I'm helping the economic impact of Missouri. And so like, I want this to be a better place for her when she gets to be in my position. But yeah.
We'll work on that though. We'll work on that. It's 2 o'clock. I got to respect the clock, but I want to tell to you real quick about the next steps and then my business information. I believe it's already out there if people have additional questions, but the next step, you want to give people a business card, connect with them on any social media platform. You want to create Google alerts, particularly if you are trying to get investors so you know what they're doing and what they're investing in. That becomes really important. In the interest of time, are there any burning questions that you have to have? My telephone number is 314.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
What are the, can you do a quick bullet point of what you're supposed to share when you're doing your 30-second spiel?
Yes, I did that before, and you will get a one as a result of this. But let me give out my contact information. That's my email there. My phone number is 314-749-7755. If you need any additional help, I'm always available to help business owners who really want to get their pitch solid. As again, I mentioned that you will get a handout as a result of this workshop. So I will send those over to Dr. Herndon, and she'll make sure that everyone who was a participant in today's webinar will get that, which has that information on there about what to share in your pitch. It is 2:01. I would drop the mic, but I don't have one at my house. I thank you all so much for taking time out of your lunch to spend your lunch with me. And I hope that you are as prosperous as you deserve to be. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Have a
Hey,
good night.
everybody,
Thank you.
thank you all so much for joining us today for our webinar, Pitch Your Business Amidst COVID. And for the upcoming webinars that we have, I thank you, Leisha, so much for sharing. As always, you do a phenomenal job. And for our next webinar that we have is scheduled for Thursday, November the 4th at 1 p.m. is Setting Goals Amidst COVID, Preparing for 2022. So join us that day, and we look forward to continuing to service your business. Feel free to contact us with any questions that you might have, and we will be here to respond. Until then, I'm going to give you back the remainder of your day. Have a good, awesome day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can stop the recording.